pardoning a number of prisoners who were charged in protest violation cases. The list of pardoned includes 203 prisoners, most of them youth. The youth had received final court verdicts for violations related to the protests.
A joint Egyptian-German mission excavated on Monday the second part of a statue believed to be for King Ramses II in Al Matariya district in Cairo. The Minister of Antiquities, Dr. Khalid Al-Anani, attended the event. Anani said that it was confirmed that the area was the site of one of King Ramses II temples. The minister said that the excavation work will continue while taking all the precautionary measures, noting that the site is a residential area. The statue is to be moved to the Egyptian Museum for restoration before it is put on display. The first part of the huge statue was excavated last week, while including the head and the crown. The details.
A statue depicting Pharaoh Ramses II was unearthed on Thursday in the Matariya area in Cairo. The historic excavation of a 3,000-year-old statue in Egypt believed to represent Ramses II will continue on Monday using new and safe techniques. Hailed as one of the most important ever discoveries, sources at Egypt's Antiquities Ministry said the remainder of the excavation will resume on Monday. A joint team of Egyptian and German archaeologists started extracting the statue, which was submerged in groundwater beneath the working-class Cairo neighborhood of Matariya, once the site of the ancient city of Heliopolis. The Antiquities Ministry said the discovery is one of the most important recent archaeological discoveries, as it demonstrates the greatness of the temple in ancient times in terms of the magnitude of the building and the statues that were adorned by the fine, precise patterns and inscriptions. It said the team found the bust of the statue and the lower part of the head, and now they removed the head and found the crown and the right ear and a fragment of the right eye. Egypt's former head of antiquities, Yusuf Khalifa, said this site is very, very important and the discovery is one of a kind. Khalifa, who himself worked on excavations in the area for 15 years, said finding the statue's location is indeed a very important discovery, as many archaeologists in the past studied the area to find the western entrance of the ancient Heliopolis. He said the excavation process can take time and security can help secure the site until the excavations are over. Earlier, head of the expedition's German team said that the ancient Egyptians believed Heliopolis was the place where the sun god lives, meaning it was off limits for any royal residences. He said they believed the sun god created the world in Heliopolis, in Matariya.
And we have with us to highlight the issue Dr. Ahmed Saleh, head of the Antiquities sector from Aswan. Dr. Ahmed, the excavation team is a joint group of the Egyptian and the German archaeologists, and both continued their work earlier today. How about your expectations to take it to fully unearth this statue?
This is a very important discovery in the ancient Egypt. And it is a statue of the Ramses II, about 8 meters. And this is new because we know that behind the statue there are a temple for the King Ramses II. So all over the world are watching this discovery because it is important. What we see today that the Antiquities ministers have attended half day raised the block of the statue, because you know it is not completed. We only discovered the trunk of the statue, but the rest of the statue is still under the ground. So we're still waiting to open a new area to know where is the legs of the statue.
Right. Well, more findings are we expecting, and archaeologists are expected to discover more in Matariya area. If we talk about this area, how is it rich with monuments and more, and what are we expecting in that area concerning archaeologists and their point of view?
We know that Matariya is a part of the ancient city of Ono, which we call in the Greek Heliopolis. This is area was a place for the cult of Ra, or the solar religion. So we know that there are a huge temples under the ground of all the Matariya area, and we can compare it with the Karnak temple in Luxor. So we're still waiting to discover a new discovery about that. And this area, by the way, most of the Greek philosophers and ancient classical writers have came to visit this area. And we know that Manetho, the Egyptian historian who wrote the ancient Egyptian history, was a high priest of that temple. And he, stayed in the library of that temple for a long time to write the history of ancient Egypt. So we know that this is an important area. Also, we're still waiting some new discoveries. But the problem, we have the encroachment of the modern buildings. We have a problem for a new project in this area. So we are, going quickly. We are going hurry and rush with the speed of the time.
Right. The news has been circulated all over the world. It has been the story of the day in the different TV channels around the world, and we're expecting more findings. How about the history of this phase when Ramses II ruled? And definitely it's unveiling more secrets about the pharaoh.
The pharaoh Ramses II is the most important king in ancient Egypt. He discovered, or he ruled Egypt for 67 years. And most of Egypt here, you will find a building for Ramses II, from Alexandria at the north to Nubia in the south of Egypt. You know that he had made important battle, which we call the Battle of Kadesh. This is, we're still studying this battle, especially in the modern history of the battle. So I think that Ramses II, who lived for 90 years, who ruled for 67 years, is important. And this temple, which when we discover it in the modern day or the next days, it will give some information about the time of Ramses II. It will shed light on the rule of Ramses II.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmad Saleh, the General Manager of Aswan Antiquities Area. Thank you so much for being with us live on Panorama News, highlighting this important headline and the story of the day.
And moving on with our news bulletin, the Arab League headquarters in Cairo is hosting a meeting of representatives from the Ministries of Interior and Justice to discuss the status of refugees in the Arab region. The meeting, the second of its kind, also hosts experts to study an Arab agreement to manage refugee affairs in Arab countries. It was called by the Council of Arab Justice Ministers to discuss the dangers and challenges stemming from the mass influx of Arab refugees escaping dire circumstances in their home countries.
The Sudanese capital Khartoum on Monday hosted meetings of the Sixth Party Ministerial Committee for the Nile Basin Initiative. The Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation, Mohammed Abdelati, is taking part in those meetings. The talks come within the framework of deliberations that started in February in the Tanzanian